People always talk about losing people, but very few people talk about how they actually lost them. So the truth is, most loyal people don't leave after one mistake. They don't wake up one morning and decide they no longer care. It's usually much quieter than that. They stay through difficult conversations, mistakes, after disappointments, after broken promises. They keep hoping, understanding. They just keep giving people the benefit of doubt. From the outside, it almost looks like they'll never leave. But here's the thing. Loyalty has limits. Oh, it does. Not because loyal people stop loving, but because they eventually become tired. There's a kind of tiredness that even sleep can't fix. It's the kind of tiredness that, always being the one who understands causes. The one who forgives first, the one who checks in, the one who explains instead of assuming, the one who keeps choosing the relationship while the other person keeps choosing themselves. Selfish much. After a while, something just changes. Very quietly, the messages become shorter, the expectations become smaller, the efforts become lighter. Not because they suddenly became cold, but because they've run out of hope that anything will be different. I think that's the part people often misunderstand. They will say, "Oh, you've changed." But maybe they haven't. Maybe they've simply stopped fighting for a place where they were constantly made to feel optional. And can I say something that's really uncomfortable? Never confuse loyalty with endless tolerance. Just because someone stays doesn't mean they're okay. Some people stay because they believe in you. Some stay because they are praying things will get better. Some even stay because they remember who you used to be. But every relationship has a point where hope begins to compete with exhaustion. And exhaustion is a very powerful thing. I've also realized that loyalty can be taken for granted without anyone intending to. When someone is always there, you begin to expect they'll always be there. You stop saying thank you. You stop noticing the effort. You assume they will understand. You postpone the apologies that you ought to give immediately. And then you convince yourself they're not going anywhere until one day they will do. Not because they stopped loving you, but because they finally started protecting themselves. And maybe this isn't only about the people who has hurt us. Maybe it's also about us. Have we become so familiar with someone's presence that we've stopped treating it like a gift? Have we mistaken patience for permission? Those are really difficult questions, and they need answers. I never want you to forget that the people who love you deeply are not asking for perfection. They are asking to feel valued, to feel heard, to know their effort isn't invisible. Sometimes the strongest relationships aren't built on never making mistakes. They are built on noticing the mistakes before it becomes a pattern. Before the silence replaces conversations. Before appreciation becomes assumptions. Before the loyalty quietly packs its bag out of the relationship. If you're the loyal one listening to this, I hope you hear this. Choosing peace doesn't make you disloyal. Setting boundaries doesn't mean you've stopped loving. Walking away from what keeps breaking you isn't failure. Sometimes it's just wisdom. And if you're blessed to have a loyal person in your life or in your corner, don't wait until they are emotionally gone before you realize what they mean to you. Water that relationship while it's still alive. Say thank you while they are still listening. Apologize while trust can still be rebuilt. Because people rarely live where they feel loved. Actually, they live where they feel forgotten. And maybe that's the voice note for you today. Don't only value people after you felt their absence. Value them while they still have the strength to stay. This is Confidence Unlocked. Until next time.